Hello, Tauros fans. Welcome back to All Access. I'm Olivia, joined today with Presley. Happy Monday. We'll have a full week of episodes, so make sure you stay tuned all week as we have some really exciting stuff to share with you.
Yes. So this past weekend, the Tauros headed over to Watertown, South Dakota, where they took on the Shamrocks. Game one was a pretty intense one. Tauros took that game 5-3. First period, Davin Nichols and Mario Fate each had a goal. And then heading into that first intermission, Tauros and Shamrocks were tied up. So, that first period was kind of back and forth, and I think Tauros fans and Shamrocks fans were probably a nail-biter for them, just waiting to see how the rest of that game played out. And then 5 minutes into the second period, Marlon Edwards took advantage of the power play and put the Tauros up 3-2 with a goal of his own, with assists coming from Luca Ori and Ty James. And just after the 10-minute mark, the Shamrocks responded by tying it up again, which would be the last goal of the second period, but not before the second period closed out. Brady Zuchek and Justin Obracha both received penalties for fighting, which really amped up the energy going into the final period. And then the third period was probably the most exciting one for Tauros fans. Even though the Tauros were shorthanded, it proved to not be a problem for Braden Jockums, who got the shorthanded goal, giving the Tauros a 4-3 lead. And then Philip Wickland sealed the deal for the Tauros with a goal coming with just 4 minutes left to play. Tauros beat the Shamrocks to start off the weekend series 5-3.
Definitely an exciting win for us. I feel like we needed it, and the energy was there. The boys were hyped up. But then Saturday we went into game 2, which the Tauros did lose in a shootout. First period we started off with Artem Prima getting a goal just 5.5 minutes into the period, which if you've listened to the broadcast, you've heard Ken and I and you as well, Presley as well, talk about, the Tauros have really been struggling with getting that quick goal off. A lot of other teams have been getting that goal within the first couple seconds, and I feel like that's something we've been struggling with. So I think kind of waiting that 5.5 minutes, holding them off, and then Artem scoring that goal really let us, definitely started off stronger. That was assisted by Owen Dawson and Philip Wilkin. Philip was my player to watch Friday, and, we've been pretty impressed with him. And then bouncing back with just 29 seconds left on the clock was Carter Sproul scoring his first goal of the night, which we'll see later led into him having a hat trick. We definitely had that action pack with 2 penalties in the first. Mario Fate for head contact and Owen Fast from Watertown for high sticking. Second period, we had Jakob Avla assisted by Marlon Edwards and Gabriel Kenny, this was Kenny's first weekend with playing with us. I was really impressed. He obviously I feel like is a great team player. And
yes, I picked him as my player to watch on.
Oh yeah, I forgot. A quiet rest of the second scoring-wise, but definitely not action-wise. We definitely started to see the, physical aspect ramp up a little bit. We had Justin Bartley from Watertown getting 2 penalties in the second, 1 for holding. And then we had Ivan Sidorov for unsportsmanlike conduct, Caden Lindsay for holding. And then it really amped up, I would say, in those last, what would you say, Press, like 8 to 5 minutes of the second. We had multiple fights, Marlon Edwards and Peyton Struck going at it and both getting sent to the box for almost all the game, and then got sent back with just a couple minutes left of the third. Then much needed intermission happened. I think both teams needed to settle a little bit, but then going into the third, it was obviously super intense. Only 1 penalty, which was Ivan Sidorov again, but this time for holding. Then we had a quick goal by Carter Sproul, just 1 minute and 20 seconds left, which caused us to go into overtime, and then a 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, and then a shootout in which Carter Sproul did win the shootout and getting a hat trick for the game. Definitely not the way we wanted to see it end, but obviously I would say we put up a fight. We just needed to keep following through, as the coaches have said.
Yes, and it's definitely something you did see the fight in the Tauros this weekend, especially going into this coming weekend, facing number 1 Aberdeen. So definitely something you do want to see as a Tauros fan is just kind of that fight in them, and also just that resilience.
Yeah, I would say so too. Obviously being away, Watertown, it was packed. They had a whiteout Saturday night, and you could see their fans were quiet and booing us a lot, especially during the shootout. Obviously, super hard. You have to block it out as a player, but definitely shows that we're there and, giving that fight that both teams want to see.
Yes. Well then, moving on to Ask the Herd. Today's question is, since the Tauros are on the road on Halloween, will there be a trunk or treat this year? And the answer is yes. We are super excited about trunk or treats this year. That will be October 25th. The event will take place outside the Mesa Arena before the game. Tauros are going to rebrand that weekend as the OOF does, so there'll be new merch available. The boys will have new jerseys that will be auctioned off that weekend as well, so if you kind of have been eyeing a certain player's jersey that you really want to get, you couldn't get one in Watford City maybe, now is the time to definitely look for those fittings. be sure to stay tuned for more information as it gets closer. We're super excited. I know we were just talking about what we're going to do for our costumes, and that'll be the first game back in over a month. So I'm sure Tauros fans are excited. I'm sure the boys are excited to be back at the Mesa. I know we are ready to be kind of off the road for a second.
Yeah, I would say the same thing while traveling. Obviously, Press and I this year are both traveling with the team, which has been incredible. I feel like we're both getting to see so much, both on the road if you see us sidelining or hosting the intermission show, and then also just capturing more and more content, trying to get you guys as much content as possible, which then brings us to Tauros Talk for this week. This week, our Sunday Sips was with returner for his third year, Ty James. If you have not watched that, we are starting to post those on Facebook. So this week, you'll see our previous past Sunday Sips get posted on Facebook just to get you guys caught up. And then going forward, it'll be posted on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Just to, again, I feel like a lot of people are loving them. I know my mom and my Nana have both commented on the Facebook, so definitely showing some fans are liking it on the Facebook if you don't have those other social platforms. So make sure you take a look at those videos. Obviously, I think that's one of our favorite videos to film, just getting to know the players more. And today spoiler alert, you can see we're both dressed in black. We did film a little early, but we filmed our next one, and all the boys now will wait and, camp out and watch it get filmed, which makes it a little hard to not laugh when they're laughing on the sides. But obviously, I think those videos are performing well, and people are liking getting to know the players.
And they're asking when they're going to be next.
Yeah,
which is
there's
the
request
part.
Which brings us, speaking of getting to know players, if you have not seen the video that was put out on Saturday,
I think so.
make sure you go look. It just got posted on Instagram today, also on TikTok. Our bare minimum princess treatment video, which suddenly became the Dane Ramirez show. Dane has completely overtaken TikTok on our account.
I guess we need to bring him on as media.
Yeah, I feel like Dane needs to join All Access too. We posted a bare minimum or princess treatment video, asking the boys if buying flowers for a girl is bare minimum or princess treatment, and Dane became our bare minimum
He had
king.
very strong opinions, and wanted to get everyone else's opinions.
I would say has stolen TikTok's heart. He has a lot of fans and has gained a lot of publicity, he was telling us today. So definitely one to watch if you have not. And that is it for today's episode. We will see you guys tomorrow at 3.